If you're a small business, you may have plans to work an upcoming show by yourself, or maybe you've done it in the past. That happens with bigger businesses too, I know that. And let me tell you, having worked many expos and trade shows by myself, it can be frustrating. Being by yourself does not allow you to be efficient, maximize your ROI, or put you in the position to get the best results possible. So I'm going to give you 9 tips today for maximizing your results and the efficiency when working trade shows by yourself. Here's something you need to understand first. The biggest issue is that working by yourself, you can only have in-depth discussions with one person at a time. Let me start this off by giving you one big piece of advice, and that is, don't work a show by yourself. I know you're going, Jim, wait a minute, watching this video. Let me tell you, if at all possible, convince a coworker, a trusted colleague, a family member, or friend to help you out for a few hours or a few days. It's going to make all the difference in the world. They're going to help you take a lot of the stress away and allow you to engage with more attendees. So I have compiled 9 tips that will help you improve your results and also give you the confidence you need. Let's dive in. Tip number 1. Set up your booth as early as possible to allow for the unknown. Get there as soon as the doors open. When you're with a team of people and you forget something like a computer cord, a box of literature, anything, you have someone else that can go do that and get it for you. However, when you're by yourself, you're the person. Everything falls on your shoulders and you're the only person that can get that fixed, which means you have to set up and you have to get what you need. So get there early. Tip number 2, get to shows early to walk the show floor and meet people. Walking shows is so important. Get outside of your booth, get out and check out the competition, see if there's any vendors or customers that are also exhibiting, and see if there's any companies you might want to introduce yourself to. The thing is this, once the show starts, odds are you're not going to have the opportunity to leave your booth because you're by yourself. Tip number 3, make friends with people in the booths around you. It's always great to network with those around you. You never know when one of those people might turn into a customer or a prospect, or you could refer that person to someone, or they could refer you to somebody. Also, if you're at a show by yourself, that means nobody can give you a break. And if you need to step away, ask someone to watch your booth for a couple minutes. That way, if someone stops by, they can say, hey, the person's going to be right back. Just hang around for a minute. The 4th tip is to simplify and minimize. When you're by yourself, simpler is just better. It's going to keep you from running around so much trying to find the right things. Plus, it's less for you to set up, less for you to put away. Simpler is better. Keep it simple. Tip number 5, use other methods to make sure you are capturing the lead information you need to make yourself more efficient. Do what you can to have multiple people stay at your booth, even if you're only talking to one person. So while you're talking with that person, you can have another person filling out a form, putting their contact information in, or maybe even asking some key questions using an iPad, a laptop, or you can go old school and have them fill out something on a piece of paper using a pen. The key is to be able to have more people engaged in your booth at one time than you can just do by yourself. Use technology. Tip number 6, practice. You need to be quick and efficient with your time because it's all on you. So practice your engagement and qualifying questions. Practice your presentation or demo. Practice your answers to popular questions. Practice where you're going to stand, how you're going to have things set up. Just practice. So when you get there and the show's going on, you're one efficient machine and your results are going to be so much better. Tip number 7, get out in front of your table or booth. Now this goes for everyone at every show, every time, but especially important when you're working by yourself. Be out in front, be ready to engage with people. Never have that barrier of a table in your way between you and the attendees. Tip number 8, try group presenting. Now, I'm not talking about having chairs and tables set up where you're doing a demo or a PowerPoint or something like that. There's time when that can work very well, but not typically when you're by yourself. What I'm talking about is if you're at a busy show and you have a couple people at your booth and they're not together, why not have them stand together? Give your presentation at one time. And if there's a lot of people walking by, get the attention of a few more. Hey, come on over here, and have them join. A little bit of a group can make for a really nice presentation. You could ask them a quick qualifying question before you start to make sure you're talking to the right people. Well, let me ask you, would you rather talk to one person at a time or multiple people at a time? Especially if it doesn't take you any longer. I'm hoping you said multiple people. And then tip number 9, this is so important. Pack snacks, pack water, pack mints to help you avoid having to leave your booth. I know if I get too hungry during a long show, I can start to get a headache and possibly get a little crabby. And if there's still a couple hours left in the show, it could be a disaster. So pack some snacks so you can keep yourself feeling good without having to run and find some food. And don't forget a couple of water bottles and some mints. You don't want to get dry mouth, and keep yourself hydrated, please. But make sure just take sips of water. Avoid having to run to the restroom too often, especially when you're by yourself. So now that you know the 9 tips to rocking your next show, click this video here to make sure you don't unknowingly kill your results.